Hi guys, and welcome to Food with Len. Tonight I'm going to make salsa, and salsa is a pretty obvious thing on YouTube as far as what people do and this and that and the other. But anyway, I'm going to make my very simple version of salsa, which just involves the ingredients that we have here. And I'm just going to go ahead and start. I'm going to do mine in a food processor because honestly, I really don't want it to be something you got to think a lot about and add a lot of ingredients and all that. I'd like you to work with, what you have at home. So what I have here is I have a white onion. I'm going to go ahead and get the skin off the white onion. I'm only going to use half this white onion for this salsa right here. And let me get rid of all this excess crap here, and I'm just going to chop it up a little bit so it'll go in my food processor. Not a big deal. We're just going to make it a little easier to go in. And yeah, it's actually flying all over the place. Isn't that neat? So anyway, you take the white onion, you put it in your food processor like so, and from there I need, let's see, one little bit of garlic, probably a couple of 3 cloves. I didn't pull that out and make it ready, but we can do that right now, hopefully. Of course, this garlic bulb doesn't want to cooperate. Great, awesome. So yeah, and of course my refrigerator turns on right mid-video, so great, you're going to have to listen to that. No problem. Anyway, so salsa goes great on chips and all that, but one of the problems that I've found is a lot of salsa recipes are just really complex and, require a whole lot of this and that and the other. And if you're looking for a really coarse salsa, this probably isn't your recipe. You probably ought to go ahead and get something with a coarse recipe. Now you can do this on your own without using a food processor. Just chop everything into little bits and there you have the coarse. But you see, for me it's all about the flavor. It's not about the texture on this, because I'm going to be dipping chips into this, and chances are I'm watching a game and drinking beer or something like that, so it really, the texture is all fine and well. But if you have some hoity-toity guests over and you want some really coarse salsa, you want to do this without the food processor, you just want to do it all in a bowl and everything. So I'm just going to run a knife through my garlic and make it so that the food processor likes it, like so. Get all the paper out of there. Alright, from there we go on to the next ingredient, which is essentially going to be the jalapeno pepper. Now in my case, I don't really want a whole lot of heat in this, so I'm going to take my jalapeno, I'm going to cut it in half. You can do a whole jalapeno, and you could do the seeds if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do the seeds. I'm just going to go ahead and cut those off and let them go, so that I've got fairly little heat. So anyway, my seeds and ribs are disappearing from this. There's my jalapeno right there. And alright, from there I'm going to put a little cilantro in here. And if I was going to do this, as a regular chop, I wouldn't just rough chop it like that and throw it in the food processor. But I'm going to let the food processor do all the work here on that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that to the side. And the next I'm going to use 4, they're either called plum tomatoes or, depending where you're at, Roma tomatoes. And a lot of people will seed these tomatoes. Guess what? I like the seeds, so I'm really not going to seed the tomatoes. Just going to cut them up like so. And I guess I'll break them down a little bit so the food processor is real happy with that. And here we go. There's 2, and I'm using 4. You know, your mileage may vary. You can do whatever you want to. These are relatively inexpensive, you know, so you don't have to worry about investing a whole lot in these. Just grab, I want to say like 4 out of the market, 4 or 5, depending upon how tomatoey you want your salsa to be. I just like my salsas so that I can dip my favorite chips in them and be done with it. So here we go. All your tomatoes are in there. And just for kicks, I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick spin right now. See how it looks. Alright, it's looking pretty good. So at this point, if I could figure out how to get that lid off, that would be great. Alright, so I'm not even going to bother with that. I'm just going to go ahead and grind a little pepper in there. For good measure. And like mine with a little salt. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. A little bit of salt right there. Wow, I hope that wasn't too much. Could have been. Oh yeah, and very important. You want the juice of like half a lime or half a lemon. So I'm going to go ahead and take a half a lime here. I'm going to juice that down in. I hope I don't get a seed, but I didn't see any. We'll see how that works out. So yeah, anyway, you know, just for kicks, I'm going to go ahead and cut this pulp off. I mean, this isn't a standard way to do it, but you know, I don't do anything in the standard way. So anyway, now I'm going to go ahead and pulse that for a bit. I'm getting the feeling I don't have enough red there, so I'm just going to go ahead and add another tomato just for kicks. Just for fun. Actually, come to think of it, these tomatoes aren't all that red. So anyway, you know, I can do that and end up with a little bit of coarseness in the whole thing. But there you go, restaurant style salsa out of your food processor. Alright, so let me take this off here and pull the lid, and that's what we have right there. Restaurant style salsa. So let me grab a bowl real quick. Give me a second here. And there we go. So, time for some chips. And I will plate this all up here in just a second, but let me see what I got. It's pretty amazing, actually. Yummy. Okay, so anyway, let me put this on a plate for you. Put a few chips down. And there you have it. Chips and salsa. So let me go ahead and zoom in. And what did that take? Like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or something like that. And it was super simple and super easy. And I hope you enjoy it as much as I will. Thank you very much for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and we'll see you in another video. Bye.